Welcome to A Guide to Every Deck in Modern. Today we're looking at Rotpriest Storm. Rotpriest Storm is a new Storm-style combo deck built around venerated Rotpriest and Storm spells that target. Rotpriest is a 1-mana 1/2 creature with the ability, whenever a creature you control becomes the target of a spell, target opponent gets a poison counter. Ground Rift is a 1-mana sorcery with Storm that says, target creature without flying can't block this turn. So, the plan is to get Rotpriest into play, cast a whole bunch of spells, then cast Ground Rift or Grape Shot with all the copies targeting one of your creatures to deal the opponent lethal poison. Therefore, you need a lot of cheap cards that you can cast for free or near free to storm off, cards like Wild Cantor, Monomorphose, and Phyrexian mana spells. Summoner's Pact can find Rotpriest and is itself a 0-mana spell that adds to the storm count. It's unlikely you'll be able to pay for it though, so plan on winning the same turn. Pact of Negation protects you on your combo turn. March of Burgeoning Life helps find a second Rotpriest once you have the first one, and having more than one Rotpriest in play is beneficial since it means you only need half as much storm count and can't be as easily disrupted. Other spells have secondary uses as well, such as Gut Shot and Grape Shot being able to hit enemy creatures like Ragavan, and Mutagenic Growth pumping Rotpriest out of burn range. There are also sometimes other cards opted to be played not shown in this video's sample list. The deck can be built with DRC and Underworld Breach as a way to increase the storm count and reduce the number of spells you need, since you can, for example, cast Ground Rift and then breach it back. Spellskite may be run as it provides two uses. 1, it protects Rotpriest from removal, and 2, its ability to change targets means you can target another creature with a spell and activate Spellskite to switch targets, which will trigger Rotpriest again. You can continuously activate Spellskite before its ability switches the target to keep getting more triggers. Hypothetically, you can trigger Rotpriest a lethal amount of times just with Spellskite, but this requires you have 2 life per activation. With all that said, Rotpriest Storm is an extremely fragile glass cannon combo deck. It basically folds to your opponent just casting almost any removal on Rotpriest unless you have Pact of Negation or Spellskite to back it up. Also, because Storm is a trigger, your opponent can wait for you to expend all your resources storming off and then remove Rotpriest in response to you casting Ground Rift or Grape Shot while the Storm trigger is still on the stack. The deck is new and will see further iterations, but that doesn't change the fact that it's fundamentally fragile and fairly easy to disrupt. Tips and tricks. Rotpriest triggers for targeting any of your creatures, not just itself. Keep in mind that only spells trigger Rotpriest, not abilities, so cards like Solitude and Leyline Binding bypass it. If your opponent has removal, you may have to poison them in small bursts by triggering Rotpriest a few times before it's killed and then playing another one, or waiting until you can play multiple Rotpriests one after the other. Toxic is not infect, and thus pumping Rotpriest to attack will not inflict more than 1 poison. If you're almost able to storm off but for some reason only have green mana, you can Summoner's Pact for Wild Cantor or filter it with Monomorphose. If you're 1 spell short of a storm win and confident your opponent doesn't have disruption, you can Pact of Negation one of your own spells. I hope you've enjoyed this look at Rotpriest Storm. Thank you to my supporters, and if you enjoy these videos, consider supporting the channel, and take care.